Hey, welcome back to Hawkeye Skunk Works, and today you find me on my creeper getting ready to roll underneath the 4Runner here. We are going to eliminate the factory transmission cooler and add a standalone aftermarket one. And first off, we need to get underneath here and pull the skid plate off, so let's get to it. So here's the skid plate. You'll notice there's a bolt there that looks like it's been replaced by a self-tapping screw. There's another one there, and then there are two more up underneath in these holes there and up in there. So we're gonna get them off there so we can get access to where the hard lines meet the rubber lines next to the you guys can't see it in there, but it's kind of next to the oil pan on the passenger side. We're going to eliminate a lot of crusty lines. So let's get the skid plate off. Now, let me show you. Here are the factory part of the hard lines. You can see those are super crusty, and those could burst. Plus, these apparently have a bad habit, these coolers have a bad habit of going bad internally and then leaking ATF into the antifreeze and vice versa. So we are going to take these off. We'll cap off the ports on the radiator and then trace these lines all the way so they go from soft to hard and then soft again down there to where they meet up with the hard lines. And we are going to take all of that out. Here is the cooler, big cooler. This is good up to pulling 10,000 pounds. Pop this off, carefully set it over there so I can show you guys what I've got. It's the Hayden 679. This is what a lot of guys, pretty much with all 4Runners and Tacomas, are going to. They make a smaller one, but it's like half the size of this, so it's a little bit too small. So better to go bigger. So here is the passenger side. Here's your exhaust manifold, and no matter how much light I have, you probably aren't going to be able to see where those lines are down underneath the AC compressor or power steering pump. Sorry, down there. So we're gonna keep tearing things off. I went ahead and pulled off the that plastic shroud there, that right there. Just a bunch of plastic clips. I used a screwdriver and one of these. If you don't have a set of these, go to Harbor Freight. There's a multi-pack. It's like $5 or $6. Complete. They're not the strongest. They're not the best ones I've ever used, but totally worth the $6. And if you were to break them or something, it's $6. It's not that big a deal. Now we got that shroud off. You can see, so here's one fitting and there is the other fitting. So those are gonna come completely off and we'll cap those. I guess technically I don't have to cap them, but and then there is a 10mm bolt there and two more 10mm bolts over here holding the shroud. Well, there's more at the bottom holding the shroud to the radiator, but we just need to get our hand in here so that when we put the little push pin retainer things through the condenser and the radiator, we need to get back there to put the fasteners on. We can jump over here. It's pretty standard for aftermarket electric fans. Oh, hold on, here we go. Sorry. It's these long pins. We've got some pads to put on the cooler before we put it up against the condenser, and then you put those through, and they've got these round retaining clips right there, and of course I'll show you once I get it all put together, but that's how it fastens there, and I may have found an even better way to run the lines. Alright, we got her mounted. Let's try and show you guys kind of what I did here. So we've got your push retainers in the top corners. We've got a bracket down here that holds your AC line. I undid that. That just kind of sets on there. So I undid that, so I had some play there. There's another screw here. I undid that, so I had some more play. I took a pair of pliers and kind of, well, I'm trying to get you guys some light. The top corner there where that support is close to the cooler, I kind of bent that fin, the support back a little bit, just to give me a little bit extra room. I didn't actually need to do that, but and then down here, you can see I kind of bent that away as well. All right, let's try that again, shall we? Sorry, my battery died. So we were saying down here, get a little light on the subject. You can see the this panel here for the core support. I kind of bent out a little bit just to make some more room to slide this in and to run the lines. It looks, actually, as I'm looking at the camera and looking at this in real life, there's a lot more space in real life. It looks really close here on camera, but it's not too bad. I can actually I can get a screwdriver down here on this hose clamp if I need to tighten it up or take it apart or whatever. And the same thing over here on this one. There's tons of room. I didn't need to bend that out that far, so it worked out really well. And you can see right down below, underneath the support, where the two soft lines came out, and they go underneath the core support right on top of the frame rail there. Okay, so I had to bust out the floodlight and the creeper and get underneath here and show you guys exactly where the lines are coming and going from, because I knew a bunch of you would be irritated, because I know if I watched this video and it didn't show, I'd be super irritated. So there is the cooler. You can see that. One line, two lines, and you can see I put some door edge trim on the lip of this core support, just as a kind of a rub barrier. And I'll keep an eye on those, obviously. Like I said, I've got a couple thousand miles on this already. And it's alright. There they go above the frame rail. Big old zip tie, just kind of keeping everything in place there. And there they are. The camera only wants to focus on this sway bar right in front of me, but you can see right to the left of the sway bar, those two hose clamps, the two lines. It's not too bad to get to with the skid plate off. You can see the two lines. You can't see where they connect no matter what. So there's the two lines on top of the frame rail. And then there they go along to the side of the engine, and just right back there is where they connect. So really good routing, I think. And it is zip tied down there loosely but securely to a power steering reinforced line. What I ended up doing was I have one of those hand pressure pumps from Harbor Freight, and I just took that up to the cooler after I had it installed, and I pumped that new fluid through there. It didn't take much, maybe half a quart, probably 3/4 of a quart, to kind of flush that out, make sure if there was any debris in there. And after I unhooked the lines, the old lines from the hard lines that are still on there coming out of the transmission, I didn't lose any fluid because it all settled in the pan. So I went ahead and hooked one hose up to there and pumped a little bit until it I'm not describing this very well, and some of you guys are going to freak out about how much fluid I too much or too little, but it was fine. I've since driven this couple thousand miles. I mean, we've been to Ohio and back, and the fluid level is fine. You can check it on the side. There's a plug. So other than that, it worked really well. I would highly recommend doing this. That cooler was like $65, I think, $55 off Amazon, and then a little extra fluid, and really, really easy job to do. So
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below or email me, hawkeyeskunkworks@gmail.com. Happy to help with any questions you guys have regarding the cooler setup. So be sure to follow us on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, of course. Subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Please hit the notifications button because YouTube is crazy. And until next time, thanks a lot. Take care. See ya. Bye.